So speaking of what the diaspora role is in this development, this is where we struggle because most diaspora churches are Pentecostal based, and Pentecostal often pray about everything. Everything is demon, and it's a demon, and it's a demon, it's a demon. And I disagree that everything is demon. So the diaspora church has really failed the young people. There is no programs for youth outreach or at-risk youth. I mean, we invest in $1 million buildings, which is good, but what percentage of that budget goes to preparing the youth for tomorrow? Let me just ask the question, when last a diaspora church took their time to take one donut to the county jail in their city? Zero. If you do that, I applaud you. But that's where the magic is. You see, when we start going to these places, these children that are locked up, and not just concluding that a demon took them there and took donuts to those county jails, appreciated the police officers for their work they do. Because the police officer didn't get your kid there, your kid actually got him there. Police officer can be you, can be me. And one of the things I want to say to before I continue is I encourage young men to join law enforcement. I really do encourage young men, whether you're a pastor, a spiritual leader, or whatever, I encourage you to join law enforcement because it's not for certain people, it's for everybody. So then you will see things a little different. But going back again, so when those diaspora churches start having a program to reach out to the jails, to the prison, to catch those problems before those kids go to jail, to have a counseling, mentoring program for those kids, that's where the diaspora church needs to be. I was in Canada a couple of months ago, uh, preaching at my dear friend's church there. And what I noticed was that when the sermon was ready to come, everybody got on their phone. Everybody was on their phone. I mean, like, so and I noticed that people were so occupied with the phone. And then I took notes. I took notes. And then when I went to preach at my friend's church in Brooklyn Park a couple months ago, I noticed that only the youth were not connected with the service. There was nothing there for them, and I started asking myself, how can we to be excited about faith again? Okay. So so the point I'm making is that we need to find programs that make church relevant to the youth. If not, we'll lose the youth. And we don't have that yet. There is no plan for any diaspora church. We're just preaching, evangelizing, building mega buildings, and there is nothing for the youth, and our kids are going to jail. You'll be surprised how many pastors have children in jail. We don't talk about that, but that's a humiliation. That's painful, and it's
Yeah.
something we don't like to talk about. And this is why I decided to
Yeah.
say, you know what? I want to be able to help work with pastors so that they can rest. They can spend time sometimes with what truly matters, like taking vacation or just resting or managing your blood pressure, managing your health, your weight. Those things are things that are very, very passionate to me because I've been there before. The reason
Yeah.
I resigned my church was because I was burned out. And I know what it means to be burned out. Burned out wherein you forget to even read your Bible, but yet you are supposed to preach on a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
So the diaspora church has failed the youth. I'm sorry to say, the diaspora church has failed the youth. But
But
it's not an
we
end